Welcome to Phesily, where we dive deep into one of the most intriguing chapters in rock and roll history. Today, we're uncovering the story behind Elvis Presley's final concert, a performance not meant to be his last. At the tender age of 42, just before his untimely death, Elvis had plans for a new tour, dreaming of returning to the stage. Tragically, his life of excess, characterized by a lifelong diet of fried peanut butter, bacon, and banana sandwiches, along with prolonged substance use, cut his plans short. Join us in this video as we take a behind-the-scenes look at the King's last show and explore the end of an era in music history. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button to join us on this and other thrilling explorations into the lives of your favorite stars. Elvis's last live performance took place on June 26, 1977, a date steeped in significance for Elvis aficionados. Interestingly, this date also marked the birthday of his enigmatic manager, Colonel Tom Parker, whose exact birth date has always been veiled in mystery. According to Rolling Stone, June 26, 1954, was the pivotal day Elvis first stepped into the Sun Records office. Exactly 3 years later, he spent his first night at his beloved Graceland. Adding to the mystique, Elvis's father died of heart failure on June 26, 1979, fueling endless speculation among those drawn to conspiracy theories. This string of coincidences continues to captivate Elvis fans and conspiracy theorists alike. On the night of his final concert, Elvis Presley, weary from a grueling 9-day tour, took to the stage before a packed crowd of nearly 18,000 at the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. The audience, unaware of the significance of the moment, watched history unfold without knowing it. For 7 years, comedian Jackie Kahane had the challenging job of warming up the crowd before Elvis appeared. This task was no small feat. Kahane once even faced boos at New York City's Madison Square Garden, simply because he wasn't Elvis. In his 2001 obituary in the Los Angeles Times, it was noted that Kahane's role as Elvis's opening act was a major part of his career. Initially, his performances lasted a brisk 18 minutes, but over time, as it took Elvis longer to prepare each evening, Kahane's routine stretched to nearly 45 minutes. On that final night in Indianapolis, as reported by the Indianapolis Star, Kahane assured the audience, "Elvis looks great, and Elvis sounds great." Despite his role as a comedian, Kahane had no way of knowing the tragic turn that would soon follow. As he left the stage that night, little did anyone realize that the era of the King was drawing to a close. Elvis Presley's final concert was a spectacle that surprisingly still had $15 tickets available the night before the event, as noted by the Indiana History blog. When adjusted for inflation, these tickets would cost just over $65 today, a modest price for fans to see a live show by one of the defining stars of the era. Despite his waning popularity at the time, the evening's entertainment began with opening acts that included a brass band and soul singers who collectively performed for nearly an hour and a half before Elvis appeared on stage. For his Monday evening performance in Indianapolis, Elvis wore his iconic white and gold jumpsuit, a choice perhaps intended to enhance his still captivating dance moves. Although he notably restrained his karate moves that night, Elvis energetically kicked off the performance with a rendition of CC Rider and threw in a few of his signature leg jerks, reminiscent of his early days, thrilling the audience with his enduring charisma. The Indianapolis Star underscored the significance of Elvis Presley's final performance, noting his resilience in a challenging year. 1977 had been tumultuous for Elvis, marked by his breakup with a long-term girlfriend and a quick jump into another relationship. Earlier in the year, his performances had sometimes faltered. Journalist Tony Sherman reported that Elvis was nearly impossible to understand during a show in Louisiana. Despite these hardships, Elvis managed to deliver a remarkable performance in June, rallying briefly for the occasion and captivating his audience with his enduring charisma. However, the critical response to Elvis Presley's final concert was mixed. capturing both praise and critique. Zach Duncan, in an unfavorable review, described the performance as tacky and outdated, criticizing the lighting as merely adequate and dismissing the extensive use of warm-up acts as mere fluff. He also noted the frequent announcements over the PA system, which included reminders for the audience to visit the merchandise stand and detailed the prices of available souvenirs, adding to the commercial feel of the evening. Despite some critical reviews, the Indianapolis Star provided a more positive take on Elvis Presley's final concert, particularly noting that Elvis appeared healthier and not as overweight as rumored. This favorable account helped counterbalance some of the harsher critiques. The concert lasted 3 hours, with Elvis himself performing for about an hour and 20 minutes. His set included a blend of classic hits and newer songs, demonstrating his musical versatility. A stand-up moment was his rendition of Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water, which added a unique flavor to his repertoire. As the concert neared its end, Elvis brought a special personal touch by inviting his father on stage to greet the crowd. He concluded the evening with a heartfelt performance of "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You." His final words to the audience, "We'll meet you again, God bless, adios," left a lasting impression, sealing the event with musical nostalgia, familial appreciation, and a poignant farewell that his fans would cherish forever. Elvis Presley's story is one of stark contrasts. Hailed as the reigning king of rock and roll during his lifetime, yet facing a tragically unglamorous end. Leonard Bernstein, the esteemed musical legend, once declared Elvis as the greatest cultural force in the 20th century, underscoring the monumental impact of Presley's musical career. Elvis's record-breaking achievements included 108 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 and a cumulative 67 weeks at the top of the charts, highlighting his early unprecedented success. However, the latter part of his career was marked by a gradual personal decline that culminated in his untimely death at just 42 years old. More than 4 decades later, the exact circumstances of Elvis's death remain shrouded in mystery and speculation. On the fateful morning of August 16, 1977, his girlfriend, Ginger, found him unresponsive on the bathroom floor of his Graceland estate. The official cause of death, according to the coroner's report, was cardiac arrest. Yet, subsequent disclosures revealed that Elvis's extensive use of prescription medications, including barbiturates and other addictive sedatives, significantly contributed to his premature demise. This pattern of overprescription was alarmingly common in the entertainment industry during that era, reflecting a broader issue of unchecked substance access among celebrities. The toxicology report revealed a mix of several hazardous substances in Elvis Presley's system at the time of his fatal cardiac incident, highlighting the tragic factors that contributed to the end of the iconic king of rock and roll. In the aftermath of his death, the Presley family made efforts to obscure the extent of Elvis's substance use. The responsibility for the singer's demise was largely placed on Dr. George "Nick" Nikopoulos, a Memphis-based general practitioner who had been treating Presley since 1967 and whose name was linked to all the fatal prescriptions. Dr. Nick's medical license in Tennessee was suspended for 3 months due to his overprescribing of controlled substances, but he faced no jail time and was acquitted of 11 felony counts related to overprescription in 1981. Adding to the mystery surrounding Presley's death were the initial statements from Tennessee's chief medical examiner at the time, Jerry Francisco. He told American Medical News that Elvis Presley died of heart disease and prescription meds found in his blood were not a contributing factor. Had those substances not been there, he still would have died. This assertion, which was later deemed inaccurate, played a significant role in the early misinformation about the circumstances surrounding Elvis's death, further complicating the public understanding of what really happened. The full details of the king's demise weren't unveiled until nearly 2 years after the tragic event, adding further layers to the enigmatic aura that surrounds his legacy. The mixed reviews and diverse perspectives on Elvis' final performance paint a complex picture. Critics have scrutinized various aspects of the show, while fans cherish memories of Elvis' musical brilliance and the emotional connections he forged that night. For more insights into the lives and secrets of the stars, don't forget to subscribe to Phesily. Join us as we unravel more mysteries of the celebrity world. Until next time, keep the legacy alive.